is JP, and today we are discussing this issue, Middle East, a very, very sensitive topic, especially when it comes to your content being played on these social media platforms. Let's try to do this correctly. Qatar, the home of the Middle East U.S. Command Center. Some people will call them terrorists and supporters of terror, but Qatar is an ally of the United States of America, just like Israel is, right? So why would an ally of ours bomb another ally of ours when the ally of ours is trying to negotiate a ceasefire with the ops of the ally who attacked the ally of ours? You know what I'm saying? So there's a ceasefire deal. The Qatar is trying to get the hostages back, all the hostages back for Israel. So Qatar is trying to get Israel's hostages back home, safe or whatever state they're in. But Israel then, in the midst of the negotiation, Israel then bombs the negotiators in Qatar, the country that's our ally, that's ally with US. So the US is trying to get this negotiation over the fence, just trying to, get the hostages home and just stop the war in Gaza, right? But for some reason, Israel just seems to, they've done it before. They've done it with Iran when we were negotiating the nuclear deal. Israel just went in and bombed Iran. So, like, Israel does this. They're doing this, and they continue to do this. Just like we can look at the death count of how many negotiators Israel has killed, which I'll do a video about that. But it doesn't look good because every time they're negotiating, the negotiator gets killed. So what is up with this IDF, this Israeli government? Like, what are their plans actually? It's kind of like you're that friend that, like, kind of jealous that you have other friends, so that friend is spending most of their time to try to make you mad at the other friends because they want you all to themselves, but they don't like you, they just want to control you. So it's not the friend that, like, thinks all the other friends are bad and we want the best for you. No, it's the friend that doesn't like you having any friends, and when you don't have any friends, they just feel free to control you because you're a particular type of personality that they feel they can control. That's how I feel like the US is treating, the Israeli army, the Israeli government is treating the US. They don't care about us. They don't care if we get hit with another terror attack. Word on the street is they had something to do with 9/11. So, if you look at all the evidence, it's hard to doubt it. But, they're never going to officially come out and say that because the U.S. is in their pockets. Deep in their pocket. The U.S., like, we are doomed. Like, ain't no way we can shake this unless the people actually wake up and demand change. So we're currently deep, deep in Zionist pockets, to the point where they attack us and we lie for them. And we go attack their enemies. So in this case, Qatar is our ally. Like I said, we have our largest Middle East base in Qatar. Not Kuwait, no, Qatar. Qatar. Like, they're our allies, right? Just to be, Iran, Doha, I believe after the Israeli bombing, and it's they got Hamas. They got some Hamas security guards because they didn't even get the people they were trying to get. It was a failure. They blew up a building. They didn't hit the people they wanted to hit, guards, and they got a Qatari security guard, which is obviously so collateral damage. But even the people that got were low level. We don't even know if they were Hamas. Like, reporting says they were Hamas, but we all know how the reporting takes bits of information, and instead of saying like, oh, allegedly, or they're unsure, they're gonna just say it was Hamas because Hamas was staying in the building and the people were brown like Hamas. So this is where all the confusion comes in. Why would Israel attempt to assassinate the negotiators who are the closest, not to use the word allies, but just the only people talking to you to help you get your hostages back? See, the people in Israel, they don't, I'm not going to speak for all. Most, some, half, I don't know. But I can tell you that people just want the hostages back. A lot of people just want the hostages back. We know the history behind the hostages, okay? So we know that the people that are the hostages aren't the most Zionist people. They're not the most pro state of Israel people in Israel. Everybody in Israel is pretty much pro state of Israel, but the people who got taken on October 7th aren't the most Israeliest people, if I would just use. They aren't the most Zionist people. They were essentially just they were allowed to be taken. I'm not sure the news story about the Israeli festival 1 hour prior to October 7th to check on security, and he left there. They were more security, but into the night before, when the Israeli and Benjamin and let's rewind directly to tell him Hamas was planning something on October 7th. In between then, and it's going backwards, Israel was giving Hamas billions of dollars in cash to pay for their staff. And prior to that, a year before the October 7th attack, Israel had the whole plan on their desk. The whole plan on their desk. And they just apparently they brushed it off as too aspirational. Man, and you would say, okay, yeah, that is aspirational, but when they execute it, it doesn't seem very aspirational, does it? When you execute it, it seems very real. It's very real when you execute it. The lie that it was only aspirational was just built on the fact that Israel was going to maintain a certain level of defense that they constantly maintain to protect themselves, because people are always trying to kill them, apparently. So at this point, when they had the warnings 10 days, 3 days, a year before the whole plan, they're paying the staff of Hamas up until October 7th. They had the whole plan and they're paying for the staff. So at this point, you got to scratch your head like, why are they paying for Hamas staff when they have the whole plan of how Hamas plans to genocide them? And if we add to the death count, do y'all know that Hamas is going to take advantage of how many people we kill to make us look bad? Like, we can actually look bad if Hamas reports the actual death count. Like, and Hamas is going to use it against us. Do you want Hamas using stuff against us? And that's their only argument. Yeah, I don't know where I fell off on, but yeah, this is wild. It's very interesting that Qatar, our ally, would just allow Israel to attack them and not hold America to any, not say nothing to America. Just, I don't even believe the story. Do you think it makes sense to where Israel is attacking our allies and they don't notify our commander-in-chief? They just notify our military, our lowest military. And by the time the U.S. got the message and was able to relay it to Qatar, the attack had already happened. So are you telling me that our ally is attacking our allies and they're strategically transmitting the information to let us know through these slow, snail processes to where by the time it happens, we're barely figuring out? That doesn't make any sense, because to be honest with y'all, that could be us. Like, Israel can attack us. We're an ally of Israel. They can attack us. They may attack us. We're allowing them to do everything. They feel empowered to do anything they want. So who's telling that Israel, the most intelligent and sneakiest army in the world, can't afford to do it? We have to pay for it, but who says that they won't attack us and maybe run it up through our command and say, oh, Hamas was like those Palestinian refugees you took? Yeah, Hamas was in that building. And yeah, we bombed that building and we did it. We didn't let you know that your army know. We knew it would take some time before you would know. So good luck cleaning that up, America. Good luck. Like, we believe in America. Excuse me. So that's wild. That's wild. And Bibi Netanyahu, the architect of October 11th, we'll just call him that. Bibi Netanyahu, the architect of October 11th, because he paid for it. He knew the plan, probably wrote the plan, got warned by everybody, ignored it because he knew the plan. He knew it was happening. His generals showed up to the Nova Festival. His commander showed up to the Nova Festival an hour before the October 11th attack, and he thought everything was fine and they should not have any more additional security. And this is all being known that they had all the information that was going to happen. It's wild. So the Israeli people just want their hostages back. And maybe some of them want Gaza so they can claim it as their holy land because they're the chosen people. It's goddamn that the chosen people just bomb people and kill people for no reason. But I guess God has chosen the right people, or maybe it's not God's chosen people. Maybe it's someone else's chosen people, because the God that we're all led to believe doesn't want to destroy life. Like, the chosen people should be wanting to create and sustain life. I mean, that is their whole purpose, right? But, some people say their book and their Bible says that they're supposed to enslave all the Gentile when Judgment Day comes, or they have a bunch of weird rules and nasty laws that don't make any sense, and that's very this unmoral. It doesn't even seem like it would be something that you would refer to as God's children, but a lot of people got their sayings. And I haven't read their book. I don't know Hebrew. I've only read translations, and it doesn't look good at all. But you know what? There's some good Israelis. There's some good, maybe heartful Zionists out there that can see Zionists through the lens of the world and not just through the protect Israel lens, which I think that's the problem. It's so much tunnel vision that they're so focused on defending themselves that they'll like blow up, kill hundreds of thousands of other people just in the defense of them when the other people have nothing to do with threatening them. The problem was the Israeli government propped up these terrorists and paid them cash, ignored their plans, ignored everything, and allowed them to attack Israelis and take them hostage. And now when the hostage deals, the ceasefire deals are coming to fruition, they bomb the negotiators. Does that make any sense? Not to me.
West on CA91, Riverside Freeway, then at a quarter mile keep right to stay on CA91, Riverside Freeway. In 800 feet keep right to take the exit 103C.
All right, y'all have a good one. We'll do this next time.